Yo, what's up, lads and ladies? How's it going? This is gonna be usually I do like a patch note video. I'm like, wow, this is the patch notes, this is sick. What I'm gonna do this time is top 5 things you missed in the patch. Wow, guys, welcome to the video. Top 5. Number 4 will shock you. Wow, guys, let's get right into the video. Okay, number 5, and I feel like I want to talk about this one first because it's kind of important, and it kind of annoyed me as well. Why is Chains of Resentment, Shackles of Resentment, this is a brand new potential badge item that you can get from the new Ride or Die event, which I'll do a separate video on. But why is this temporary? It's really a shame. They did update this coupon to have a 90-day duration. Now, I don't really think this matters at all, because we're doing the same thing we did at Christmas, which was introduce a new best-in-slot item, example, the Christmas Dark Totems, and then they were temporary. So it was just a complete waste of time. Like, I don't know why it was a thing. We're doing the same thing here, where we're just introducing a brand new temporary best-in-slot item. I'm really not a fan of this practice. I hate this. As someone that has 2 Legion pieces, I really thought as soon as I saw that this was temporary that I might just skip the event altogether. Because what's the point? Like, I'm not going to get anything from it. Now, there is something else in here that we will talk about in a bit that is super OP and is going to make me not skip the event. But I just wanted to get out the way that I really don't like this, and I really hope that Nexon changes the way they do events going forward, and they learn from Christmas and they learn from Ride or Die, and they realize that just making temporary legacy is not the solution to the legacy problem. The solution is doing what they're doing now and cycling in all of these old legacy archetypal items, but giving permanent versions and constantly cycling in these items. So new players, old players, returning players have an income source of all these items. Instead of just, if you didn't play in 2017, you will never be at the same level as one of those players. Which, you know, it kind of sucks. Right. Number 4 is Lynn. Lynn got incredibly buffed again. So not only is her Mastery 3 and Mastery 4, like, pretty good, but they've also changed a bunch of stuff about her as a character, right? They've added, like, a new resonant effect to all of her focus skills. Or, like, I don't know if I've ever seen this resonant, but, like, word. They increased the maximum final damage at level 30 from 50 to 60. So Awakening is at 60 FD on a 60-second cooldown. I hope they fix the bug with Awaken right now, where if you awakens like someone and your Awaken is lower than level 22 in Hexa, it actually is worse than just being the 5th job version. So hopefully they fix that bug. Lynn gets a ton of buffs here. Bro, Beast Rage, I believe this is the 2-minute skill. They just straight, like, they double the damage of Beast Rage. You know, the big, like, wolf comes in and then they just double the damage. Like, Beak Strike is better. Predator is a lower cooldown. Everything has, like, a resonant where if you forest protection, you get damage reduction on yourself. If you heal, you get healing on yourself. You get more FD and then more FD again. It's crazy. So yeah, Lynn change is pretty good. I may or may not be on my Lynn right. Yeah, guys, we may or may not be getting my Lynn to 285. I may or may not be quitting Zero, quitting Len, and re-rolling to Lynn. Ooh, Dawn Warrior might be in the garbage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Number 3 is the Breumi procs. Now, you're going to look at this, Alex, and be like, why does Breumi matter? What did I miss about Breumi? They wrote all of the information here about Breumi, and there's nothing to really go on and learn. Well, this is a new version of the Breumi proc, where there is a massive gamble potential here to get some incredible gains. And GMS really didn't do a good job of selling this. And you'll see right down here, right? On the 10th, 20th, and 30th activation, a bonus effect will be triggered that grants a large amount of EXP. Okay, So large amount of EXP is very non-descriptive and does not do justice how much you really get from this skill. Now we're going to open Orange Mushroom here, which is Max's translation blog for the Korean patch, and we'll show you the real numbers. So, and this is, remember, this is for the 10th, 20th, and 30th procs. If you are a character that is over level 250, right, or 230 higher, etc., you have a chance to roll one of these free. Old Dole is the same amount as a standard event proc on your 10, 20, 30. This is what you will most likely get every single time. It's heavily weighted towards Old Dole. If you get Jewel Ore and you are over level 230, you will get the experience equal to hunting for an entire hour from an event proc. So you will get 1 hour's worth of grinding from either your 10th, 20th, or 30th proc. In theory, you can hit this 3 times a day. There is a chance. You are much more likely to just roll old and only get basic. But this isn't even the best one. If you get Ancient Relic, which again is this one here, Ancient Artifacts, Jewel Ore, Worn Dull. If you get Ancient, you will have, at level 250 or higher, experience equal to hunting for 8 hours. For 8 hours. Now, this is based, I believe, on not only the map you are in, but I think the boosters that you have active at the same time. Because every other event proc is always when I say boosters, I mean EXP coupons. It's affected by the coupons and the map that you're in. So, like, mob capacity, total kill rate per, like, all these kind of things, right? All these things scale the proc, I believe. But what that means is you can get up to 8 hours from that proc, which GMS did not sell at all. So, why am I telling you this? When you do your procs, make sure when you do number 10, 20, and 30, you are on full juice. Because say you just do your dailies, you do 10 procs, and then you hit an 8-hour proc. Sure, you get 8 hours, but you could have got way more if you'd min-maxed it or optimized it. So if you're one of those players that wants to go into, that degree of min-maxing or that degree of, like, optimization, 100% you should optimize around your procs, because this is super important to do. Very, very crazy. A lot of gamble potential here. Now, again, you will most likely not see either of these for the whole event. You might see Jewel, like, a couple times. You probably, like, you will know someone that hits Ancient, but you yourself will probably not hit. Because the odds of this are so astronomically low that it's just unlikely. Go in with the expectation that you may or may not hit Jewel a couple times in the event. Very cool. Okay. Excuse me. Number 4. Number 4. This is, again, back to Ride or Die. What you'll see here is some of the rewards that you can get from Ride or Die, and that is the Mappe nodes. You can get these from Kazakh fragments. You can get these from the coin shop. You can get they'll probably do like a little event thing where they give away a couple Mappes as well. But why am I telling you about this? There is a new Mappe in the pool, right? Last time we had drop rate, meso rate, EXP, boss damage, and ignore defense. This time we have something called Inspector Power Free. And if you read this line, there's a typo here, educes, but it reduces cooldown for all skills by 20%. So this is a 20% CDR proc whenever this procs. So this is astronomically game breaking. My initial thoughts about this are typically cooldown reduction or cooldown skipping or cooldown changing only really affects things that are pre-5th job. Typically, say for example you're with a buck that can time leap, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't work for your 5th job or your 6th job skills. Now, because this is some weird, janky, GMS, strange, like, thing, this might affect everything. There's no qualifiers here in the patch note. I mean, I don't think they really know how it works themselves, so that's why there's no qualifier. But this has the potential to be one of the best cores ever created, and probably to ever be created. Because think of it this way. Let's say you are in a Extreme Lotus run and you barely have the damage to kill on your final burst in a full 30-minute cycle. If this node activates in the same way that every other node on this list activates by attacking once every 30 seconds, and then you get the proc. If this activates in the same way, you are constantly reducing your cycle down by an astronomical value every 30 seconds. It's just 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, which is crazy if you theorize around that. Even if it doesn't affect 5th job and 6th job, if you play a class which has like a very decent 4th job repertoire, and I'm going to take Dual Warrior as an example because it's a skill that I know about. Let's say you have, also I'm going to skip Cygnus Garden, it's a cool song, but let's say you have Cosmic Burst, right? You're constantly cycling Cosmic Burst. What if you get a 20% reduction on that every single time you cast it? You're just getting more casts per boss fight. There's probably some weird example of like Buck, where there's like a proc trigger that you can get from it. Zero, all of the good skills are counted as 4th job skills, so you're constantly getting a 20% cooldown reduction on all of your comboing. Lynn, you're getting a cooldown reduction on Strike Raid, on Roar, on like a bunch of other stuff, right? Boom, boom. It's crazy. There's probably some super crazy DPM class that will benefit massively from this. I don't know, like Ilium or something. I have no clue how Ilium works, but there's definitely going to be an edge case where this just scales infinitely on some crazy class that, like, I don't really know it. Like maybe Kadena, right? And this goes crazy. But yeah, this is probably going to be one of the best nodes they've ever made. If it functions in the way that I think it functions. Who knows how it actually does, but it seems kind of crazy. And the final one, number 5, is Dave the Diver, right? We'll do another video on Dave the Diver. Maybe I might do, might not. We'll see how I feel. But one of the key things from the Dave the Diver event isn't all of these crazy cosmetics or this really cool mini game, which is literally just Dave the Diver ripped into MapleStory, which is really cool. But this here is the advanced EXP voucher tickets. These are the dark blue ones that you can get in the current event thing. These here, these dark blue advanced EXP tickets. Now, these are crazy. For example, right? And we'll show you with a calculator. These tickets, all 10,000, if I use these on a character at 274, I get an entire level. So we're going to do 274, 0% advanced EXP ticket, number of tickets, 10,000. And this is an entire level at 274 to 275. So even if you don't really care about the cosmetics from the Dave the Diver event, I really recommend doing it purely until you get all of these tickets. Once you've got these tickets, get out, like, forget about it if you don't want to do it anymore, you don't care about the event itself, or like the cosmetics, or like the chairs, that kind of thing. But these are like a must cop, especially in the current era of MapleStory with champions and making all these other extra side characters now becoming meta. You really want these on your account. Even if you use, bro, if I use this on my zero is currently 283. If I use this on my zero, I get almost 20% experience at 283, which is crazy. So yeah, super worth your time. And I super suggest doing this. And that is my top 5 things that you missed in the patch notes. Oh, wow. Yeah, thanks for watching, boys. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, have a good one. Bye-bye. Boom, boom.